We've been out on many, many jobs where we never even had a harness on the job.
You know, people always complain that the harness gets in your way of your work.
Forget it's on you and you try to go someplace and it pulls you back, and we figure you get 30, 40 feet in the air, make sure you got a harness on. Now, if they were moving boards, stuff like that, I'd make them have the harness on because that was the safety rules. But I never figured 10, 15, 20 feet up in the air.
I thought I was Superman, and I had a reality check.
We got this project last March, and it was a difficult project for me because it was the first time that I was ever gonna take the responsibility and sign a contract to do the whole scaffolding. What I normally do is I rent or sell the product to a sub. So when I came out on the job, I got hit with all these safety rules that I wasn't quite accustomed to, like doing exercise for 10 minutes in the morning time to stretch and get the tension out. Everybody had to have orange or yellow shirts on with reflectors on it. You had to wear gloves through the job. You had to wear safety glasses the whole time. And then they started talking about, do you have to be tied off on the scaffolding? I said, you only have to be tied off on the scaffolding when you don't have a wall in front of you or you're raising or lowering the boards. And they said, well, we're gonna be tied off 100% of the time. So when the time came to start the job, we came out and started putting the scaffolding up, and almost in the middle of our second week of being on this job, we're getting pretty well set up with everything that we needed to get set up. It just happened to be Father's Day this weekend.
I was 15 feet high, but there was rebar right below us.
Things were going pretty good.
We have to hammer drill in and then put anchors in and then put stiff arms to the towers.
I had 2 men down at the other end of the project trying to finish up a scaffold down there.
This stiff arm somehow rolled over, hit me in my hand right here, and hurt so bad.
And I was just going from one end of the project to the other end of the project.
I bent straight over in pain.
And all of a sudden, I see the head superintendent on the job. He comes running through the building.
And all the blood rushed to my head, and I passed out right away.
And I said, Alan, what the heck's going on? He says, your son just fell off the scaffolding. I'm calling to get an ambulance. First thing that runs through your mind is when the guy says, your son fell off the scaffolding, hurts. I'm thinking, where is he at? And right away, I realized he's over this rebar that's sticking up 3 feet out of the ground, and there was no way of missing this rebar. And I don't care if you're 10 feet, 20 feet, or 100 feet up in the air, kid weighing about 180 pounds falling and hitting the rebar, all I kept seeing was I visualized in my mind, he's dead. I just went into utter shock and went running over there, and I see him, by the time I get there, he's sitting on the boards up on the top, looking like he's in a daze.
I had no idea what happened.
So we went to the hospital, and evidently when you get excruciating pain and all of a sudden you bend over, it cut some vein off in your chest or something, and all of a sudden he passed out.
Well, this is what saved my life. I had one tie on the guardrail and I had one tie on the tower. I definitely think differently when I get up on a platform. I really take my time now and tie off 100% always. Work smart and safe. So that's what I learned.
Some of these rules made a difference. Pretty thankful for a harness that they were sort of forcing on everybody to wear.
This incident happened on Father's Day. What a great present to give my father. Thank God I'm still here.